Hey everyone, Thornton here, and today we're going to be talking about the latest update that has just come to the finals that made a bunch of changes, but is it enough to make the game in a more playable and better state? We're going to go over if Embark Studios has more buffs and nerfs planned, or if they feel like they've kind of hit the nail on the head with the most recent update. But without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. The finals just recently released a 1.5.5 patch, and it actually does a lot to not only change the balance of the weaponry, but also fixes a ton of the bug issues and technical improvements, which is, once again, I say this so often, but the finals and Embark Studios is really knocking out these constant updates for a live service game. But let's go ahead and dive into some of those balance changes. Now, initially they were put it on the final Steam page, and they actually changed the medium build quite a lot, which was very much needed after the last patch where they weren't touched and light and heavy were nerfed a ton. Some of the changes included a reduction in the length of the invulnerability after a revive, which was once again really annoying for every other class, and I'm glad to see that's there. There were also adjustments to the .357 revolver's bullet dispersion and damage fall off ranges, which is pretty good because that thing is also a freaking beast in this game. There were also alterations to player damage for weapons like the CL40, FCAR, and the MGL32. It's actually created a little bit more of a strategic and nuanced gameplay experience for players, and it's really great to see. I went ahead and got on Reddit to go ahead and see some of the finals community because it's incredibly active there, and we do know Embark Studios likes to take a look at what's going on there. And some of the quotes I saw were, "These balance tweaks are interesting, especially the adjustments to gadgets and weapons. Excited to see how the meta evolves with these changes." And there was other users who went ahead and said the reduction in invulnerability after revives was needed. It adds a new layer of strategy to the game, and I'm curious about the upcoming changes to the recon sense's ability. And this kind of just shows how happy the community is for the most part with how active and responsive Embark Studios is. There was a huge issue with last week's update, as I had already said, but within a week they've already made adjustments to that the players were talking about. Of course though, with this new 1.5.5 update, there's going to be probably potential implications for future buffs and the nerfs. They have a pretty hands-on approach to the development of this game. Basically, they took all the complaints about the medium's recon sense's ability and went ahead and said, nah, no more of the wall scan meta, and completely put it into a more playable state. So I'm excited to see what some of the community brings up as more changes that they want and how Embark Studios continues to tackle that. And they did do a lot of technical improvements as well. The matchmaking has been changed quite a bit. They fixed an issue where the crossplay settings would not be represented when the player was in a party, which was a huge issue. As I was playing all week, we all ended up in either an Xbox, PlayStation, or PC lobby depending on who was the host, which was kind of crazy. And they also just went ahead and tightened up tournament and ranked tournament modes with their matchmaking configuration, which is great because this game is going to live and die off of its competitive. And also there was an issue on PC where GPUs would sometimes crash. Once again, they took a look at that and went ahead and fixed it. They did let us know that there is going to be another update that comes out next week, which shows that once again they are going to be listening. So if you have anything you want to put in the comments, do so now. There's a good chance Embark Studios might actually end up seeing it. And they also have a survey available in Embark ID that will allow you to go ahead and give your feedback on Solo's Banquet mode, which once again is fantastic. It also implies that Solo's mode may very well become a future permanent mode if they are asking for feedback on it, or that it will be returning as a future LTM. Of course, there's also a brand new store rotation right here for this new week, and as always, the finals has killed it with not only the cosmetics, but also the pricing, which they seem to do at a very great level. Looking at you, once again, Apex Legends. Comment down below, what are your guys' thoughts on the new finals update? Do you think Embark Studios did enough, or are you still expecting more in future updates? Also, don't forget to check out this channel right here, which covers a ton of finals content. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for stopping by.